Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hakureja Raven. I'm here with my recouping review of Boruto Anime Next Generations episode number 191, which is titled Stray Dog. And yeah, in the previous episode, we saw that Kawaki ran away from the Ryuten City Research Institute and he's injured, he's losing blood at a very fast pace, and he's tired, he's hungry, his regeneration powers aren't working quickly enough. And Kawaki's regeneration ability connected to how hungry he is. It kind of reminded me of Miss Marvel's regeneration from the Marvel comics, Kamala Khan. And yeah, in that comic book, if Kamala Khan, whenever Kamala Khan regenerates or heals up, she's quite hungry. So it kind of reminded me of that. Anyway, Kawaki is running and he's like, I need to heal myself, I need to eat something, and I need to get away from him I need to get far away from him as possible. Him, which we all know is Jigen. And then we cut to the Ryuten Institute and we see that the Hidden Leaf Village has been told to go after Kawaki and they need to apprehend him. And while that's happening, Boruto, Mitsuki, and Salad are trying to figure out where Kawaki might be headed. And they're like, you know what, Sumire is after him too. And Sumire doesn't understand how dangerous he is, because again, Sumire didn't see Kawaki battle like 2 or 3 episodes ago. So they think Boruto, Mitsuki, and Salad think that he might be running off to the train station, so might as well go there. And then we cut to Kawaki, and he ends up at this small, I guess it's a small town. Yeah, it's a small town, and he's like, yeah, I need to find something to eat so that I can heal and run away. And then he ends up seeing a lot of food being made, but he's like, I need to steal the food, but there's police officers roaming around and he doesn't want to attract any attention. So he ends up dumpster diving. However, he is unable to find anything, and you can see in the picture that he ends up leaving a bloody spot on the dumpster, which again, it plays a role when Sumire comes to town. Kawaki ends up finding a loaf of bread that fell from a cart, and he picks it up. However, there's the stray dog that ends up growling at him because that stray dog is hungry as well. So there's this face off, and Kawaki ends up pinning the dog down to the ground, and he's like, you know what, I'm hungry, I found this loaf of bread, I know that you are a thief dog, but I need to eat this. However, Kawaki then notices that the dog is also injured just like himself, and that's why he's so agitated and that's why he's so aggressive. So Kawaki ends up tearing the sleeve of his gown, and he ends up bandaging up the dog, and Kawaki gives the entire loaf of bread to the dog. And I'm like, Kawaki, that's so sweet, I understand where you're coming from, but come on, dude, you need to regenerate yourself. You could have shared the loaf of bread with the dog, but no, Kawaki ends up giving him the entire loaf of bread, and this ends up making the dog feel attached to Kawaki, and Kawaki roams around searching for more food. And while that's happening, we cut to Sumire, and she's in town with Nue, and she notices Kawaki's blood on one of the dumpsters, and she's like, yep, it's still fresh, so he's nearby, and we need to find him, Nue, because she remembers what Kawaki told her about her being a monster just like him. So she's beginning to understand where Kawaki might be coming from, and she's like, you know what, if Kawaki is basically the same way as me, then I can reach out to him, and he's probably doing all of this because of certain reasons we don't necessarily understand yet. So yeah, Kawaki is walking around and the dog is after him, and Kawaki throws a bottle at the dog. He's like, stay away from me, I don't want you in my life. Kawaki is basically, he has his guard up, he doesn't want to get attached to anyone, because again, he's like, I need to run away. He knows how dangerous the Kara organization is, and he doesn't want anyone getting hurt, especially a little stray dog. So he's about to hit the dog with a rock, but he doesn't, which, I mean, come on, Kawaki is a kind kid. So the dog runs away, and then we cut to Boruto, Mitsuki, and Salad. They're at the station, and the train hasn't arrived yet. It will be here in an hour, and no one saw Kawaki. So they're like, you know what, he's not here. Let's go back to the institute and see if they ended up learning more about Kawaki. And then we cut to Naruto and Sai in the train, and they're headed to the Ryuten city. And this is where Sai is like, Naruto, I understand that Kawaki is a kid to you. However, it will be very dangerous to bring such a kid to the village, and you need to come up with a better plan. And Naruto's like, yeah, I realize that, because if we bring Kawaki to the village, then the Kara organization will come after him, and the village will become a battleground again. So Naruto is worried about Kawaki, and he's also worried about the future of the village, and manga readers know what's going to happen next. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the anime writers spending more time exploring Naruto's decision and how he ends up interacting with Kawaki, and how he ends up balancing keeping Kawaki in the village. However, keeping Kawaki in the village makes the village vulnerable to the Kara organization. So the dog that was with Kawaki, he runs off because the dog realizes that Kawaki is hungry. The dog ends up stealing like 2 or 3 sausages from a store, and he runs away. The owner of the shop sees the dog, and I guess he has been annoyed by the dog for a very long time, and the owner is like, yup, I'm going to end you. So he runs after the dog, and he ends up throwing these blades at the dog, and I'm like, that's dangerous. You're throwing these blades in the public space. What if it hits another human? So Sumire notices it. Sumire notices the dog running away, and she notices, because Sumire is a ninja and she's very, very perceptive, she notices the bandage that the dog is wearing, and she's like, yep, that's Kawaki's gown. And she notices the owner of the shop, and she's like, stop hitting the dog, you might end up hurting him. And the owner just pushes Sumire away. And the dog comes to Kawaki, and Kawaki notices the sausage rolls in his mouth, and he's like, wait, you brought these for me? And the dog is like, yup. However, before the dog can give the sausage rolls to Kawaki, the owner of the shop ends up throwing a blade at the dog, and and the blade hits the dog's abdomen, and the dog falls. And of course, Kawaki is getting angry because the owner just wants to kill the dog right now. And Kawaki, even though he is still recovering, he ends up extending his arm and using the scientific ninja tool in his body, and he ends up breaking this wooden fence. And at first I was like, wait, is he going to hurt the owner of the shop? But no, he ends up destroying the fence, and the owner is like, wait, you're a monster. And the owner runs away. And Sumire comes in, and Kawaki is like, okay, Sumire, so you want me to fight because I'll kill you? And Sumire is like, no, I get what you want to do, but our priority is healing the dog. And this is where Kawaki allows Sumire to heal the dog. She uses that healing spray that we got to know about a few episodes ago, and the dog heals. And this is where Kawaki is like, okay, dog, I appreciate what you did for me, but I need you to go away. I don't want you in my life. And he ends up pushing the dog away. And Sumire has started to realize where Kawaki is coming from and why he's acting the way that he is. And Sumire is like, Kawaki, I need to heal you too. And at first, Kawaki doesn't trust her, but he opens up to her, and he allows Sumire to heal him using the spray. And Kawaki ends up eating the sausage that the dog brought him, and the dog ran away. I'm not really sure if we'll ever see the dog again. But yeah, this is where these two bond. Sumire is like, Kawaki, I get you. And Kawaki is like, how can you say that? And Sumire tells Kawaki about how her father used her as a weapon, and she was very close to destroying the leaf until Naruto stepped in, and Naruto gave him a place to stay safe in the village, and because of Naruto's trust, other people started trusting Sumire as well. And of course, Boruto and Salad and Mitsuki and the rest of her class also played a role. And Kawaki is like, okay, so you're basically telling me your sob story, but I still don't trust you. And Sumire is like, okay, Kawaki, you don't have to trust me, however, I have to heal you. So she takes out this syringe, which is basically a nutritional supplement. And Kawaki, because he has a phobia of syringes, I guess, especially because all of the trauma that he was put through, being experimented on continuously with syringes and pipes all inside of him in his body, and he snaps, and he ends up attacking Sumire. And Niue is ready. Niue is like, Sumire, just give me the order and I'll attack Kawaki. And Sumire is like, no, Niue, stand down. And she tells Kawaki that that he has to trust him. However, while they're still talking, the Leaf Village police ends up arriving, and Kawaki is like, yup, I don't trust you. You were just stalling for time for the police officers to arrive. And Sumire is like, no, it's not like that. And Mitsuki, Salad, and Boruto arrive as well. And this is where the police end up attacking Kawaki while Sumire is still there. And I was like, wow. Why would the police officers do this? But they did it. So, of course, Sumire ends up getting attacked as well, and Kawaki runs away. Sumire is injured. Boruto is like, okay, I'll take care of Sumire. Salad Mitsuki, go after Kawaki. And they're like, okay. So, Kawaki ends up fighting some of the police rangers, and he's like, I'll destroy all of you. Just let me go. Just let me be. And yeah, the police officers end up attacking Kawaki. Naruto and Sai also arrive at the city, and they see that everyone is running away. They end up meeting Boruto and Sumire, and this is where Sumire tells Naruto that she ended up seeing a lot of sadness in Kawaki's eyes. He's not doing this on purpose. There's a reason behind his actions, and she basically tells Naruto to treat him with kindness, the same kindness that Naruto treated Sumire with, and Naruto understands because that's the kind of character that he is. So the police officers end up using a lot of fire jutsus at Kawaki, and Kawaki activates his karma mark, and he's able to absorb all of the fire jutsu, and he ends up using that chakra to shoot a laser beam. However, that laser beam is about to hit an innocent child, and Kawaki redirects the laser beam at a building. And this is when Naruto jumps in his Kurama mode, and Naruto is able to. He's basically able to counter the entire laser without getting hurt, and Kawaki is like, okay, so you're the Hokage, you're the big boss, right? And I need you to stay away from me, I won't come with you. And he tries to punch Naruto, and Naruto simply blocks him. And Naruto he feels for Kawaki. He wants to help Kawaki, and this is where Kawaki faints, and Naruto is like, you know what, Kawaki, I'll be the one who's going to take care of you. And yeah, this is where Naruto decides that he'll take Kawaki to the village, and he'll keep an eye on Kawaki himself. And the episode ends with Boruto and Sumire looking at how Naruto is dealing with Kawaki, and Boruto is like, what does that mean? And Sumire is like, yeah, that means that Naruto understood what I was telling him, and that she sensed a lot of sadness, intense sadness in Kawaki's eyes, and she's just happy that Kawaki is getting a second chance and that he'll be able to live a better life in the village. But yeah, this is where the episode ends. I will be doing a written review of this for the Geekieri. The link to that will be down in the comment section below. I enjoyed this episode. I do appreciate the writers exploring more of Kawaki's personality, because in the manga is way too fast-paced. It doesn't allow a lot of scenes to breathe. So I am enjoying the more character-focused moments in the anime. And again, this is not a spoiler, but once Kawaki ended up appearing in the manga, Mitsuki and Salad got benched. Basically, a lot of focus was on Boruto and Kawaki. However, I really hope that the anime remembers that Salad and Mitsuki still exist, and the writers end up giving Salad and Mitsuki a bigger role in the upcoming narrative arcs. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought, and until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later. Bye.